Welcome, Pro-Chancellor, Senior Deputy Vice-Chancellor, members of Senate, distinguished guests, members of staff, graduates, and their guests. So, we've made it this far. At times, it's been rough, fueled by coffee, filled with all-nighters, procrastination, cramming, and probably too much Netflix. And life, over these 3 years, has seemingly become ever more complex. We're suddenly not just first years, consumed by choosing what to wear to uni each day, but we're now choosing our careers and holding the responsibility of setting up our futures. So, I thought I'd wind this speech back a bit with some words of wisdom from a few characters that were quintessential to childhood, and use them to sum up 3 lessons that have held true to me of my time in undergrad at UWA. Google suggested to put quotes from famous people and profound thinkers in my speech, so here it goes. As Winnie the Pooh once said, "Good friends will help you until you're unstuck." As lesson 1, it's become apparent to me that the people, friendships, and experiences provide meaning to our existence, and in particular, our time at UWA. A few years ago, Tim Minchin stood here giving the valedictory speech and said that life is meaningless. And the idea of there being some intrinsic meaning in the set of circumstances that happen to exist after 13.8 billion years of existence is absurd. So there's only one thing left to do with this empty existence, and that is fill it. And I don't think he was too far off the mark. Even if we never learn our origins or understand why and how we came to live and breathe on planet Earth, I think we take solace and find meaning as human beings from our interactions, emotions, and relationships. The other day, I was at the beach with a mate talking about the new artificial intelligence chess program, as any normal 20-year-old does at the beach these days. This chess program, given only the basic rules of chess and no other input, can teach itself in the space of 4 hours to the point that it can beat any other human, a rather astonishing and terrifying feat. There is, however, something that makes us uniquely human, and it's what distinguishes our existence from that of the machines, in the way our interactions and relationships give us the meaning that defines our life. And it's exactly these shared experiences and friendships that have brought meaning to our time at UWA. From the late-night cramming together in Reed, the Olympic-level rivalry in a social sport team, the monumental effort to finish a group project, or a few too many drinks at TAV, it's in these moments that we create the lifelong friendships which far surpass the value that this degree alone provides. And it's these memories and friendships that we remember and treasure once we forget everything we learnt at uni. Secondly, our time at UWA has had its many highs and lows. And I think if any lesson is retained from uni, it's the ability to have self-belief, even when times are darkest. I think I probably failed every practice physics paper while preparing for exams, had a near mental breakdown every day of exam week, and on multiple occasions at 2 a.m. while trying to figure out the workings of quantum mechanics or decipher the cryptographic scroll of an engineering lecturer's handwriting, thought that uni really wasn't for me. Similarly, Elon Musk got fired from his position of CEO of his own company, failed his first 3 SpaceX launches, and on multiple times has been on the verge of bankruptcy. He now has a net worth of a mere $24 billion. So whatever failure you face, or moment of self-doubt, remember, the world's greatest minds have probably suffered even worse. And who knows, you could still become the next billionaire. Facing failure and setback is probably one of the most valuable experiences that our time and uni fees have provided. Be it that exam you prepare for, or the next revolutionary rocket launch, it's not about how many times you failed, but how you learn from this failure and how you thrive off it to ultimately attain success. As they say, failure isn't fatal, but failure to change is. And in the words of Thomas Edison, we have not failed, we've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. As we each weave our own path through life, there's always experiences, people, or events that threaten our self-belief and self-worth. But it's about how we pick ourselves up, how we learn from this, how we use it to fuel us, to drive us, to motivate us to greater heights. And it's from this that we're shaped into the people we are sitting here today, ready to take on life outside the walls of university. Going back to the wise words of Winnie the Pooh, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. The last lesson that's become apparent to me during my time at UWA this far can be summed up from one of my favourite childhood movies, Ratatouille. Not anyone can be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. I think the path we follow in life is not predetermined, but something we create for ourselves with a little help and guidance along the way. Evidently, we were born with a DNA and set of circumstances that allowed us to study and thrive in this academic institution, where we were provided with countless opportunities that many were not so fortunate to have. And importantly, we have to attribute our success to those who've guided us on our path. To our parents and guardians, who provided their endless care, support, and love. And to the lecturers, professors, and multitude of UWA staff who've taken their time to share their knowledge, and in turn, give us the foundations to go forth and build upon humanity's knowledge base. We thank you all. At the core, however, it's each goal we create, each decision we make, and each action we take that shapes us into who we are and who we come to be. To be where you are today, ready to take on the workforce or further your degree, it's your commitment, motivation, and persistence that's allowed you to come this far and will take you even further in the next phase of life you enter. As they say, good things come to those who wait, but better things come to those who go out and get them. So in conclusion, each and every one of us has the autonomy to become who we want to be, the power to shape the future, and the light to brighten the lives of others. It's solely up to us how we choose to use it. As we enter this next phase of life, remember, never be afraid to pursue impossible. The word itself says, I am possible. Thank you.